Section 3 will take a look at altered states of consciousness. Altered states of consciousness can be achieved while awake through biofeedback, in meditation, and hypnosis. There are many myths surrounding hypnosis. Although there are controversies related to the use of hypnotism, hypnosis can be used to recall memories, reduce pain, and quit bad habits. Your main idea. A variety of techniques have been developed in order to achieve altered states of consciousness. And you have 3 reading-focused questions. How do meditation and biofeedback work? What is hypnosis? And how can hypnosis be used? Meditation and biofeedback. People use meditation to narrow their consciousness so that the stress of the outside world fades away. Evidence suggests that meditation can help people relax. Studies have found that meditation is an effective way to lower blood pressure. Biofeedback is a system that provides or feeds back data about something that is happening in the body. People have used biofeedback to treat headaches and lower blood pressure. Biofeedback has also been used to treat ADHD. What do meditation and biofeedback have in common? Both are methods for achieving altered states of consciousness. All right, so let's head right into hypnosis. Myths and realities. One of the more intriguing aspects of consciousness is hypnosis. The reality of hypnosis is far less intriguing than the anecdotal perception of what many of us have seen or heard. It's a condition in which people appear to be highly suggestible and to behave as if they're in a trance. Some psychologists believe that hypnosis is an altered state of consciousness. Others wonder whether hypnosis is truly an altered state of consciousness. And does it work? To a degree, everyone is suggestible, but 20% of people are highly suggestible. The real power of hypnosis is not in the hypnotist, but in the subject's own openness to suggestion. Hypnotized people don't do anything that unhypnotized people can't also be convinced to do. Studies show that an authoritarian person in a legitimate context can induce people, hypnotized or not, to perform some unlikely acts. The history of hypnosis. It dates back to the late 1700s with the work of Franz Mesmer. You may know the word mesmerize, named after this guy. Today, doctors and psychologists use hypnosis in a variety of ways, as an anesthetic to help reduce anxiety, manage pain, or overcome fears. Professional hypnotists may put people into a hypnotic trance by asking them to focus on something specific. People who are easily hypnotized are said to have hypnotic suggestibility. Sigmund Freud's explanation. Hypnotized people put fantasy and impulse before fact and logic. Therefore, they believe what the hypnotist tells them. The role theory explanation. Hypnotized people are playing a part as if they are in a play. Unlike actors, however, hypnotized people may believe what they're doing is real. And there's no one generally accepted explanation for hypnosis. Some myths and facts. Myth, you can be hypnotized against your will. Fact, no one can be hypnotized unless you are willing to be. When hypnotized, you can't open your eyes. Being hypnotized dulls but does not fundamentally affect the normal functioning of all the senses. You cannot remember your own name. Fact, you can remember everything you normally remember. You act out scenes from childhood. Your fact is you don't typically act out scenes at all. Your myth, you behave in unusual ways. Fact, you usually behave quite normally. Myth, you'll do anything. Fact, you're unlikely to do anything you wouldn't normally do. And myth, you go into a sleep state, whereas the fact is you stay conscious and relatively alert. Whose ideas began the technique of hypnosis? And that would be Franz Mesmer. Take a look at the uses of hypnosis. Hypnosis and memory. It's not a reliable approach to help people remember details of a crime, but many psychologists argue that the material recalled under hypnosis should not be used as testimony in trials. Although most people believe lost memories can be retrieved through hypnosis, something called age regression, 60 years of dispute such claims. In reality, hypnotically refreshed memories often combine fact with fiction, as the hypnotist asks leading questions like, "Did you hear loud noises?" And it's banned as evidence in America, Australia, and England. But can hypnosis be therapeutic? The short answer is yes, sometimes, kind of. Post-hypnotic suggestions, or suggestions made during hypnosis, have helped alleviate headaches, asthma, and stress-related skin disorders. In other cases, clients whose therapy was supplemented with hypnosis showed greater improvements over 70% of other patients. It's especially helpful with obesity, but not helpful for smoking, drinking, or drugs, and no difference when patients were given the same positive reinforcement without hypnosis. Can it alleviate pain? It actually can. This happens because of disassociation, a split between the level of consciousness. Hypnosis dissociates the physical stimulus of pain from the emotional suffering that defines our experience of pain. It's called hypnotic analgesia. Selective attention, we get caught up in the moment and don't feel the pain until later, is essentially distracting people from feeling pain. PET scans show that hypnosis reduces brain activity in a region that processes painful stimuli, but not in the sensory cortex that receives raw sensory input. Hypnosis does not block sensory input, but it may block our attention to those stimuli. We know hypnosis involved a heightened state of suggestibility, but some suggest it is more of a social phenomenon. Some believe that hypnotic phenomena is simply the workings of normal consciousness and the power of social influence, which is social influence theory. It's not suggesting anyone is faking, but rather they get caught up in the role or the moment. The more they trust a hypnotist and feel motivated to demonstrate those behaviors, the more they allow that person to direct their attention. While most agree that hypnosis involves normal social and cognitive processes, some think it's more than acting. The divided consciousness theory is controversial, but suggests we can run on autopilot for well-rehearsed tasks while consciously working on other tasks. One thing we know for sure, we process a lot of information outside of our conscious awareness. Much of our behavior occurs on autopilot. Hypnosis and quitting bad habits. Therapists may use post-hypnotic suggestion to help people quit a bad habit. In post-hypnotic suggestion, the therapist gives instruction during a hypnosis that the patient is to carry out after the session has ended. How have the police made use of hypnosis? To jog the memories of witnesses to a crime, but again, not valid as evidence. Cultural diversity and psychology. Visions, dreams, meditation, and hallucinations are important components of many cultures, reflecting the human desire to reach beyond what the senses can perceive directly. The methods for reaching these altered states of consciousness, however, are as diverse as the people who inhabit this planet. Australian Aborigines use ritual song, dance, stories, and dreams to create the Dreamtime world. The Mevlevi use dance to create an altered state of consciousness. They are known as whirling dervishes. The Hindu yoga school uses meditation to achieve an altered state of consciousness. Buddhists meditate to achieve a state of enlightenment called nirvana. The Inca in the Andean highlands of South America used a drug called yagué to induce hallucinations. And the Huichol Indians used peyote to induce hallucinations. And here we have a picture of the whirling dervishes and the Aborigines in Australia performing ritual song and dance. And that is it for section 3, Altered States of Consciousness.